Critics are saying the president only saw a sanitized version of the border crisis.
Shocker.
President Biden appeared not to speak with any migrants or even see any. That included at a processing center in El Paso. A senior Biden administration official told CNN, quote, there just weren't any at the center when he arrived. Completely coincidental. They haven't had any today.
President Biden is going to see a very sanitized version of downtown El Paso. I was just there under a month ago. You saw hundreds of homeless migrants on the streets, freezing in the cold. They weren't getting any help from the city. They were literally being donated blankets and sweaters from the locals there in El Paso. I even interviewed women and children that were freezing out there. On the Mexican side, there were about 3,000 migrants waiting to get in. Many of them actually, they told me they've been extorted by cartels and Mexican police. It's been a complete disaster. And right now, the only reason we're not seeing crossings in El Paso is because the mayor actually declared an emergency, which the Biden administration didn't want the mayor to do, even though the mayor had to, because, I mean, all the resources were used up. You have National Guard there in the presence. But President Biden isn't going to see the reality. He, according to the reports today, he visited a busy port of entry. Well, the illegal crossings are not happening at port of entries. They're happening in between that.
I don't like to describe this as a photo op because what has been going on in cities like El Paso has been very real, and it's been bleeding into other parts of the country. There is a real situation happening at the border that, as president, sometimes you do have to see it to understand.
Their messaging throughout the administration, as Jeff said, has been really bad on it. They haven't really have a cohesive policy, at least they haven't presented one. And look, the 2024 Senate is up for grabs. You have guys like John Tester in Montana. I mean, if there is an immigration bill, he might vote for it. You know, Sinema. I mean, she's part of this now. There's going to be a lot of talk about a border wall. I mean, I think that will be part of a trade Republicans may want on funding down in September.